It was my junior year in high school when I had first got my license. I was very excited after I had got my license, like all young men are, because they feel like they finally have some freedom, and I was one of those young men who finally felt like I had some freedom. My father had gave me the car. It was a Saturday night, and me and my friends that I always talked about when one of us had got our license, we were always gonna go pick the others up, so we would always have something to do. Cause we always said that we would stick together. So I started to pick my friends up one by one. At this point in time, I was staying with my father in Durant, and one of my friends lived in Goodman, and another one of my friends lived in Cosesco, and we were going to the movies in Cosesco. So the first friend that I had went to pick up my friend in Goodman. After that, I went to go pick my friend up that lived in Cosesco. After that, we had to stop and get some gas. After we got through stopping to get some gas, we went on to the movies in Cosesco. We went to go see the new Transformers movie that had just came out, and it was a nice movie. We had seen a couple more of our friends up there, and we really had enjoyed the movie. So at that point in time, I still had my intermediate license. I didn't have my full license yet, so I had to be at home before 10 o'clock. And my father was real strict on being at home at the right time. So when I was there, talking to my friends and talking to my other classmates from school, I had forgot all about the fact that I was supposed to have been home by 10 o'clock. So time had was going down, and I would say it was about 9 when I finally did look at my phone and see that it was about time for me to go home, and I still had to take all my friends home. So by that time there, I had to tell the other friends that we were talking to, I had to tell them that we were about to go and we were trying to rush off. So I left out of the movie theater parking lot flying in, and I was in a rush all the way home. I had gotten out of Cosesco, and I probably had gotten to my other friend's house. He lives like in the country part of Cosesco, so we had got there probably around 9:10. So around 9:10, I had dropped him off, and then he lives on a dirt road, so I shouldn't have been flying on the dirt road in the first place. So I was flying on the dirt road. I was rushing, trying to drive fast, like he was trying to hurry up and get home before my father would get mad at me. So by the time I had gotten down the dirt road good, my friend has a real sharp curve in this dirt road. It's very sharp. So I was still flying, just driving fast, just running out of control. Now I say I probably had gotten up to around about 55, 60 on the dirt road. And I ended up losing control on the car. And there was a ditch. I say the ditch, it was a very deep ditch. And that was the only thing that had actually saved me from going in the woods and hitting all the trees and possibly losing my life. So around that time there, me and my friend got out trying to see if there was any way we could get the car out. And we noticed there was no way that we could get the car out. So by then, we started calling, we both started trying to call everybody we knew. I called my uncle, my cousin, I called my friends, I started calling everybody because I didn't want to call my father and tell him I had wrecked the car. And it was the first time he had really gave me the car for myself. So I kept calling around. And every time I called somebody, they never said that they could get me out. So I ended up having to have to call my father. And he was mad. My father's an Army veteran. So, he loves to, he gets mad pretty easily. So he ended up coming up there. He had to come all the way from Durant all the way to Cosesco. That was another thing that had made him mad. And that was probably at around the time he had got there was probably at 10 o'clock. So around that time, I told my dad he was hollering at me. And I had tried to make up a lie and told him that a deer had came out. So my father went and he had brought the flashlight with him. He went down the dirt road trying to see did he see any deer tracks and didn't. So he was real angry. He had told me he wasn't going to give me the car anymore or anything like that. The car actually wasn't damaged or anything like that. It was just the fact of I had ran the car into the ditch. So by that time, my father had went on and got the car out of the ditch, and we had ended up leaving the car at my grandfather's house in Cosesco. And when they went, my father and my mother went and picked it up the next morning. So when they had ended up picking up the car, they seen there was no damage or anything like that. My father had just talked to me and told me just to slow it down if I was just in a rush to get home. So I'm just instead of rushing, just call home and say that I was gonna be a little behind or something like that. Because nothing was worth risking my life over. And I was real frightened at first. I had told him I would never ask for a car again or anything like that right there. But after a while, I had got more in tune to driving by myself, and I think the safety was more important than anything than trying to hurry up and get somewhere at a fast pace. And that's my speech. Thanks.